Sarah is 34 years old, and she is exhausted. Every morning before sunrise, she is out the door for a 3-mile walk. She eats salads for lunch 5 days a week and has entirely given up dessert. Yet after 8 months of doing everything right, her doctor's advice remains exactly the same. Sarah captures the frustration perfectly. May ro suba walk kartihu, salad katihu, pirbi wait come q nahihura. Dr. Basketehe, try harder. Sarah is working hard, but she is targeting the wrong tissue. This diagram shows a cross-section of the human abdomen, and it reveals exactly why standard diet advice fails. Your body stores fat in 2 completely different ways. Subcutaneous fat is the soft layer you can pinch around your waist. It is visible and frustrating, but relatively harmless. The actual biological threat lies 3 inches deeper. That dense, hardened tissue wrapped around your liver, pressing against your pancreas, and squeezing your intestines is visceral fat. Researchers describe visceral fat as a metabolically active, malfunctioning organ. It behaves like a factory, pumping toxic inflammatory chemicals, called cytokines, directly into your bloodstream. These alarm signals keep your body locked in a state of chronic low-grade inflammation, which makes it harder to process blood sugar and dramatically easier to gain more fat over time. Because visceral fat lives deep inside the abdominal cavity, it stays hidden from view. A person can have a completely flat stomach and still carry dangerous amounts around their internal organs. Most people never know it is there because detecting it accurately requires internal medical imaging, like this MRI scan. The common failure of weight loss routines usually stems from a biological focus on the wrong type of fat. When you spend months attacking the visible surface layer while the deep inflammatory tissue remains active, the metabolic markers rarely move. Clinical studies confirm that visceral fat responds to lifestyle changes faster than any other fat on your body. In many documented cases, this deep tissue begins retreating from around the organs before the number on the scale moves at all. You will feel the internal difference before you ever see it in the mirror. To trigger that retreat, we have to look at insulin. Leading metabolic experts define insulin as the master fat storage hormone in the human body. Our expert guide summarizes the necessary shift. Body se ladna ban karo, usko samajna shuru karo. Insulin control karoge, they'll fat could burn hoga. If insulin levels stay high, your body remains in storage mode. This clock visualization shows how that biological mechanism works overnight. After roughly 10 to 12 hours without food, your insulin levels drop to their absolute lowest point. Your liver glycogen is partially depleted, and your body is now metabolically willing to burn stored fat for fuel. This brings us to Rule 1, the fasted walk. Before breakfast, your body is sitting in its most powerful fat-burning window. By engaging in 30 minutes of strategic movement at this exact moment, you utilize the low insulin environment to access stored energy that is normally shielded. This bar chart illustrates how to maximize that movement. Researchers at Shinshu University in Japan found that interval walking produced significantly greater reductions in waist circumference than standard pacing. You walk at a fast pace for 3 minutes, just enough to make conversation difficult, then drop down to a moderate pace for 3 minutes, repeating this for a total of half an hour. Rule 1 succeeds by aligning physical effort with the specific moment your body's fat stores are most accessible. It requires no equipment and places zero impact on your joints, relying entirely on the timing of your biology. Exercise alone cannot solve the problem if the underlying diet keeps insulin chronically elevated. To eliminate visceral fat, you have to stop feeding the biological system that creates it. Rule 2 is the gut fire protocol. When you eat protein first at a meal, before touching carbohydrates, your gut immediately releases a hormone called GLP-1. This provides a natural Ozempic effect, where the hormone signals your brain powerfully that you are full, while simultaneously slowing down digestion. This line graph illustrates how specific additions, like apple cider vinegar or green tea, stabilize the metabolic response. The acetic acid in vinegar and the EGCG in green tea slow the exit of food from your stomach. Instead of a sharp insulin spike, you see a gradual rise and a far gentler metabolic pace. This approach relies on foods that fight inflammation at the source. Wild salmon, chia seeds, and Greek yogurt provide the nutrients needed to control hunger without spiking insulin. Harvard Medical School research also links gut microbiome diversity, supported by fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut, directly to lower levels of visceral fat accumulation. Managing deep abdominal fat requires a protein-first strategy. This approach uses your own hormone signals to suppress appetite and maintain the internal environment where visceral fats simply cannot survive. Rule 3 ties these signals together: the double fasting approach. By finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and performing your interval walk the next morning, you create a compounding effect. You are stacking low insulin, fasted movement, and natural appetite control into one synchronized system. By day 3, morning hunger begins to feel controlled rather than urgent. Daily bloating decreases as your insulin levels stabilize for the first time in years. This side-by-side comparison shows the structural reality at day 30. Your midsection changes shape as the visceral fat retreats. Your liver and pancreas are finally freed from the pressure of the deep fat layer, allowing your metabolism to function as it was designed. Sarah lost 4 full inches from her waist in her first month. Her doctor called it one of the most significant improvements in metabolic markers he had ever witnessed. Sarah's takeaway was simple: Ab samajh aaye, mehnat mein hi smart tarika kaam aata hai. She achieved these results by aligning her daily habits with her body's natural chemistry. You have the system used by thousands to break through their plateaus. Which of these 3 mechanical rules will you start tomorrow morning? Rule 1, the fasted walk. Rule 2, the gut fire protocol. Or Rule 3, double fasting. Drop your answer in the comments and take the first step toward working with your biology.